Nontheism covers a range of both religious and non-religious attitudes characterized by the absence of espoused belief in a personal God or gods. The term nontheism is generally used to describe apathy or a non-comment toward the subject of God and differentiates from an antithetical, explicit atheism. Nontheism does not necessarily connote atheism or disbelief. Nontheism can be expressed in a variety of ways. Strong or positive atheism is the positive belief that a God does not exist. Someone who does not think about the existence of a deity may be termed a weak or negative atheist, or more specifically implicitly atheist. Other, more qualified subtypes of nontheism are often known as agnosticism. Strong or positive agnosticism is the belief that it is impossible for humans to know whether or not any deities exist. It is a more precise opinion than weak or negative agnosticism, which is the belief that the existence or non-existence of any deities is unknown but not necessarily unknowable. Philosopher Anthony Kenny distinguishes between agnostics, who find the claim of God exists uncertain, and theological non-cognitivists, who consider all discussion of God to be meaningless. Some agnostics, however, are not non-theists but rather agnostic theists. Other related philosophical opinions about the existence of deities are agnosticism and skepticism. Because of the various definitions of the term God, a person could be an atheist in terms of certain conceptions of gods, while remaining agnostic in terms of others. Origin and definition. The Oxford English Dictionary does not have an entry for nontheism or nontheism, but it does have an entry for nontheist, defined as a person who is not a theist, and an entry for the adjectival nontheistic. An early usage of the hyphenated nontheism is by George Holyoake in 1852, who introduces it because Mr. Charles Southwell has taken an objection to the term atheism. We are glad he has. We have disused it a long time. We disuse it, because atheist is a worn-out word. Both the ancients and the moderns have understood by it one without God, and also without morality. Thus the term connotes more than any well-informed and earnest person accepting it ever included in it, that is, the word carries with it associations of immorality, which have been repudiated by the atheist as seriously as by the Christian. Nontheism is a term less open to the same misunderstanding, as it implies the simple non-acceptance of the theist's explanation of the origin and government of the world. This passage is cited by James Buchanan in his 1857 Modern Atheism under its forms of pantheism, materialism, secularism, development, and natural laws, who however goes on to state, nontheism was afterwards exchanged by Holyoake for secularism, as a term less liable to misconstruction, and more correctly descriptive of the real import of the theory. Speaking without hyphens sees scattered use in the later 20th century, following Harvey Cox's 1966 Secular City. Thus the hidden God or Deus absconditus of biblical theology may be mistaken for the no God at all of nontheism. Usage increased in the 1990s in contexts where association with the terms atheism or antitheism was unwanted. The 1998 Baker Encyclopedia of Christian Apologetics states, in the strict sense, all forms of nontheisms are naturalistic, including atheism, pantheism, deism, and agnosticism. Pema Chodron uses the term in the context of Buddhism. The difference between theism and non-theism is not whether one does or does not believe in God. Theism is a deep-seated conviction that there's some hand to hold. Non-theism is relaxing with the ambiguity and uncertainty of the present moment, without reaching for anything to protect ourselves. Non-theism is finally realizing there is no babysitter you can count on. Non-theistic religions. Non-theistic traditions are thought to have played roles in Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Jainism, Daoism, Raelism, Humanistic Judaism, Unitarian Universalism, and ethical culture.